Yo, what's up guys, my name is Hakiii, and in this video I'm going to show you the best forgotten features in GTA 5 Online. These could be cool to try out whenever you're bored in GTA Online, just sitting in free roam doing absolutely nothing. If you go on to enjoy this video, drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and drop a sub so you never miss any more awesome videos like these. Join the Hakiii army, and also don't forget to turn on the notification bell too while you're at it, and let's get straight into it. Now first up is the emailing other players feature. Nobody uses this whatsoever, and I bet a lot of people don't even know it exists. And to access this feature, just open up your phone and then you have a little inbox icon on the top. You just click that and then you can select whoever you want to send the email to. It might seem like somewhat of a useful option since you want to send longer messages and it's better than like the little text thing on the phone, but the only problem is that no one checks their email in GTA. I've never heard someone say, oh, let me check my GTA email. Let's see what type of emails I have today, because no one gets emails, like barely anyone, and no one checks their email anyway. It's one of those features where it's cool to have, and I guess it makes the game a bit more realistic, but no one actually uses it, let's be honest here. I find it hard to believe someone will actually go out of their way to send an email to another player in GTA, like legit do an MLA format essay or like introduction, claim, evidence, reasoning, conclusion. I mean, hey, if you encounter a griefer and he becomes really annoying, I guess you can write him an essay about how much you hate him. I'm joking, that's toxic, don't do that. But if you actually write like a huge essay to someone in GTA, please tweet me that, because I want to see that. Next up is going to the movies in GTA. If you didn't know, you can actually go to the movies. I haven't done it in years. I've barely done it like once or twice ever in all of my years of playing GTA, and I can't remember whatsoever the last time I've ever seen anybody go to the movies in a free roam session. I've seen many people go to convenience stores, clothing stores, ammunition stores, but never, not one person has gone to the movies, at least that I can remember. It's just not something people actually do in the game. Just like the last feature, it's cool to have in the game, but absolutely no one does it. It's next to like the famous movie star in like Tourist Street, whatever you call it. And if you go to one of the front counters, you can press right on the D-pad to watch a movie, and they actually last between 10 to 20 minutes, which is actually a pretty long time. You can go to a movie at like 7 a.m. in game time, and then when you're done with the movie, it could literally be nighttime, completely dark outside. And also, it's not even just one movie, there's actually multiple of them, and they're pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, they can get pretty interesting, like the crazy type of interesting, but still interesting. The only two reasons I'd see someone using this is one, just to try it out one time and actually see how the movies are, and then probably never do it ever again, or two, if they want to be AFK and then no one could kill them and they could just stay in the same session. I guess it could be pretty useful for that, but besides that, I really don't know why anyone would go to the movies in GTA. The next one is a feature I didn't even know existed up until recently, and I bet there's a good chance you watching this right now didn't know either. We'll see. And that is challenging NPCs to street race you. So what you can do is stop next to an NPC at a stoplight, and then you can rev your tires and like honk at them and stuff like that, and then you're gonna start drag racing each other in the streets of Los Santos. Now I'm not sure if it works with a specific car. I don't know if the NPC has to be in like a nice sports car or something like that. Maybe they could be in any car, maybe they have to be in some sort of sports car or some sort of nice car, but it's definitely something I'd recommend trying out. And the NPCs are just gonna start disobeying all traffic laws, which they usually do follow. They're just gonna start zooming across the street at full speed, not regarding anything else. Next up are gonna be all the sports activities you can do in the game. So this would be tennis, golf, darts, and arm wrestling. I'm gonna include all four of them into one, I guess, here, and you'd be surprised, they're actually a lot of fun. Personally, I'm a big fan of tennis, and I found the tennis one to be really fun. No, it's not anything like super professional, like I don't think it's better than like the most realistic golf game out there, but considering it's a game within a game, I think it's actually really fun, and I'm really glad they have stuff like this within GTA Online. I think if they would add really popular sports like basketball, football, and soccer and more, people would actually go crazy about that, and I do think we'd see some more people playing sports activities in game. Imagine going to the nearest basketball court in game and you would just see people playing pickup 5-on-5 basketball games. That would be super cool, and it'd be sick if you can actually make some decent money off it too. For the already existing sports activities in game, if you don't have your stamina maxed out, you could just do one of them, and that would increase your stamina, which is pretty cool. And it's just something different that not many people do nowadays. A lot of people just grind heists these days and security contracts and do races and double and triple money in RP game modes. This would be a nice change and something fresh to do in the game, because I bet you probably haven't played these in a while. These aren't the smoothest mini games, but keep in mind it is a game inside of a game, and I think it's pretty solid. I do still find them a lot of fun. Tennis would probably be my my favorite. Golf is pretty cool, and then arm wrestling and darts are solid as well. A little less fun than tennis and golf, but that's just me. If you're into those type of things, you might find them a bit more fun. I'd still recommend you try out all of them just to see how they are. If you see an invite in game to tennis or golf or anything like that, I highly suggest you actually play it. It is really rare to see though. I've only gotten it like a few times ever probably. So the best thing to do would probably just be you starting it up yourself and inviting some friends over. It could be fun. You can bet on each other and stuff like that as well. Next up is another type of activity. This is also like a 2-in-1 type thing since they're both at the pier, and those are the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel. Now, just like some features at the start of the video, it's cool that they're in the game, but no one really uses them. It's kind of like the movies where you do it one time and then you're kind of done with it. Like, been there, done that. I guess it'd be cool if you're doing a car meetup next to it, like at the pier, and then everybody just goes on the roller coaster with their hands up and stuff like that. That's the only scenario I can think of for someone going on the roller coaster or the Ferris wheel nowadays. Next up are the TV shows / games you have on flat screen TVs in your apartments or office. I think you have the flat screen TVs in most of the properties in game. The TV shows, like the movies, are pretty bizarre. There's some pretty interesting stuff in there. And in terms of the games, if you get at least one friend in with you, you guys can play different games on the TVs with each other. One of the games is like the snake game, where you basically just try to keep going and try not to run into each other's like tails. I guess that's a good way to explain it. Anyway though, it's another activity to do when you're bored in a GTA Online session with some friends in. The next one is the shooting range inside of the ammunition store. I think only 1 or 2 ammunition stores actually have it around the map. I can only think of one of the ammunition stores, but you could just basically go in there and test out some basic weapons. I guess you can take out some anger in there if you want to. It's a pretty standard shooting range. I guess you can practice your PvP skills or weapon skills, whatever you want to call it. I guess you can say it is sort of like a mini game. I don't know if you'd consider it a sport like the other ones. I'm not sure if a shooting range is considered a sport. I don't think it is. Correct me if I'm mistaken down below in the comments, but I don't think so. Either way, it's another cool activity to do. You can face off your friends and see who can get a higher score. The next one is the underground subway in GTA. I guess it's only underground like some of the time. I think it's mostly underground, but sometimes it goes back on top, and it's somewhat of a safe way to go around the map, avoiding oppressors and jets and stuff like that. I mean, it's basically a god mode train, and it's pretty difficult to blow you up if you're just inside of there, and griefers are gonna have a tough time actually getting to you if you're just on a moving invincible train. Yeah, it's a somewhat slow mode of transportation, but it is considered pretty safe, and you might be able to just be AFK in there and stay in the same session since you're constantly on a moving train. Then we got the car wash. There's only like a select few car washes around the map, and not only are they forgotten, but they're actually pretty useless. I mentioned it in the useless video. Basically, I made a video about the most useless things in GTA 5. Yeah, it makes your car 100% clean, but if my car's dirty, it's most likely damaged as well, so you might as well drive it into either the mechanic and then you can repair it, and that also cleans the car at the same time, or just call it away and call it back in, and then it's completely clean and repaired. There's honestly better ways to clean your car than just going to the car wash, honestly, but once again, it's a good thing to have in the game, but it's just useless. So now that you know the best forgotten features in GTA 5 Online, click the video on screen now for the best properties you should buy in game. It's a very helpful video, so enjoy that one, and peace.